Welcome back, guys. So it is, you catch me, what is it? It's Saturday the 11th of March. I am back on site again. It's nearly lunchtime now. I've been here all morning doing a few bits. We've had an awesome week. I've been down here with one of my trainee electricians. And we've been working our way through. So we've finished off all the containment that can be finished. We've got this side. I'll show you the other side in a second. We've pre-wired all the lighting locations. Same again with the fire alarms. We've pulled the FP into all the offices. So there's actually 3 offices in behind this, but there's 3 doorways which haven't been cut out yet. But yeah, so the dry liners have been busy boys. Loads of stuff. Obviously, all our socket drops and things. We've got in on steel conduit drops, so they can actually still board over it, and then we'll come back and then we'll wire everything as we get to it. So there's been loads of steel conduit. I think we've had about 80 lengths of 25mm steel conduit gone in, and there's still loads more to go in as well. But yeah, we've had amazing progress, absolutely amazing progress. Fly out here. Whoop. There you go. I've cut a load more conduits again. These are all the right length now, and I've marked my bend, back of my bend. So what you do when you're doing conduit, just briefly, you'll have seen this 100 times on YouTube, I expect. So you measure up from on your wall. You find where the back of the bend is. So from your lowest point to your highest point, so the top of your box up to your ceiling or wherever you're going to go to, and then to be able to find your bend, the back of your bend, the start point, it's 4 times the diameter of the conduit you're bending. So 80mm for 20mm or 100mm for 25mm conduit. So for this, my back of my bend, where it's going to hit the steel, just to miss the steel, is 220mm. So I've marked back at 210mm. And that is where I'm going to line up with the form of my bender, and then bend it around. And where my branch comes off here will be should be bang on at 2,200mm. All right, so that's how you do that. And I'll do another little video on that, and you can see that as well. But yeah, we've had about 80 lengths of conduit have gone in. We've been very busy. This is the other side. So we've got basket runs up in here. All the lights in again. Loads of drops ready for this. Till positions, CCTV positions as well. So what we've had to do, there's a retail space here, and it's mirrored upstairs, the same size. It's all going to be one outlet. Now, what they don't know yet is where they want to have their till position. So we've got 2 till positions downstairs and 2 upstairs. Now, the ones downstairs, we're going to have the availability for them to connect up their CCTV system. So we're going to pull in Cat 6s, so there'll be a PoE camera system. What we're going to do is we're going to pull a Cat 6 from this point and from this point to every camera, so that they've got the options that we can either connect it up at the front or the back. And then we've just got a redundant, they'll still be patched in, but we'll have a redundant Cat 6 at every camera as well as a spare, which isn't a terrible thing. But yeah, let's go and have a look around the plant room there. So I've spent the last 2 days over in the plant room around the back. And I have been, so the dry liners plasterboarded it and they've smoke taped it, so it's all ready to go. But obviously I can't do anything with that. So I have ply lined it, painted it, and then over plied it again. So I've still got some plying to do. So we've done this side here. So painted all this, plied it, painted it, over-plied it, and then where it's visible. The only reason we're over-plying it again was because the ply that we had here was really crap quality. And as soon as the paint got to it, it started delaminating. You can see it's on this wall there, it started rippling, look. So we're just over-plying it, so they've got amazing fixings then. So yeah, waiting for this paint to dry still. But I'm making a start in the plant room. So there's that baby that I pre-made in one of my other videos you'll have seen, hopefully. If you haven't, go and check it out. So now basically I'm going to try and spend this weekend, there I am, and get the rest of this lot fitted. So the big panel board, another 24-way TPN board, I think that's a 6-way TPN board, both of which these two have both got contactor panels on the top as well. And then we've got a main containment runs that are going to come through those 2 letterboxes straight across the ceiling here. One which is carrying all of our mains, so that's a 400mm basket. And then you've got another 400mm that's going to come through straight across the ceiling, punch back through there, where then our server room is upstairs there. So we've got absolutely shed loads of Cat 6 going in. Literally, I don't know, maybe 5,000 meters, something like that. There's tons of it going in. So yeah, but anyway, I will stop waffling on, get on with some work, get a little montage going on some videos, and then I'll catch you in a bit. Okay, so that's the panel board on. Obviously, I'm using 50mm brass bushes. I've gone for long bushes only because I need to keep. I've kept a 2 lock ring space, so roughly 10mm, probably closer to 8, I expect, between 8 and 10mm gap between my board and the trunking. I'll do that on every single one we do, every spacing. Now, the reason I do that, one, is because certainly with Hager, and in fact, you'll probably find every distribution board comes with an earthing nut. So that is what earths the casing. Now, obviously, that is about, the head is reasonably larger, so you need to keep a spacing anyway. So I use 2 lock rings with a long bush, come through, another lock ring, and then a female bush on the other side. And then you've got no sharp edges. A lot of people would argue that you don't actually need a female bush, but, they make them for a reason, so you should fit them, I think, that's my opinion. Yeah, so obviously I was using my Milwaukee knockout punch to punch all my holes out. A lot of guys ask me, is it really worth the money? Personally, I think it is. It is a lot of money. You're looking at about £1,000 for the kit. In that, you'll get normally a couple of batteries and punches up to 50mm. I then bought myself a 63 as well because we use that for some of the armed cables that we fit, or also for bushes as well. We use 63mm bushes for some things. So again, the cutter, I don't know, I can't remember now. It's about probably 150 quid for the 63mm cutter. So not cheap, but at the same time, I look at it as that should be a tool for life. You look after it. The cutters just keep on going. My 50mm must have done close to 500 holes by now, if not more. It just keeps on going. It doesn't even think twice about it, Yeah, so well worth the money in my opinion. Right, okay, so it's 3 o'clock. I've been in here about 2 hours nearly now. So I've got the panel board on. Extra bits of trunking on. I've got the second side on now, all bushed on, ready to go. I just need to fix that back. Next thing, I'm going to carry the trunking on because what we've got now is another 24-way TPN board with a contactor enclosure on the top beside us, and then the 6-way TPN board and the contactor enclosure again with another 150mm division between them. So still quite a bit to go up. I'm really pleased with how it's going. It's looking amazing as well. I spent a bit of time and planned this one out. I've got a wall that is 3.1 meters long, and I think with what I have, I think there's only about 20 mil to spare at the end. So I've had to really think about it to make sure it's all going to fit in. By the way, I would not recommend doing this on your own, because I mean, like, that panel board with the cover off is still 60 kilos. So really, you want two of you to lift it. So bit of disclaimer: don't do what I did. All right, yeah, you want to get two people on it, lift it into place. It'd be much easier for you as well. But yeah, and even just lining everything up, two people will make plant rooms so much easier. That's me done for today. It's 5:30 now. So I've managed, obviously, got the panel board mounted. I finished all the trunking off now. So as you can see on the end there, oops, that's where the big three-phase board's going to go. That's where another little one's going to go. I think up high level here, I've got a 50 mil galv trunking doing the perimeter of the room. I'm going to couple it into the top of my three galv couplers there. Three galv couplers there should give me plenty of room for all the other electrical supplies that we need for the heating systems and things. I'm going to, on this wall, we're going to have the alarm panel, an expander, and then also be Paxton controls for there's three automated doors inside with fob systems on them. Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to get these boards mounted. So I've got my old man with me tomorrow, just to give me a hand, bit of lifting in that, because doing that today, anyone who knows, who's been following me for a while, knows I broke my back about a year ago, so I shouldn't really be lifting stuff like that. But hey ho. So he's going to come give me a hand just to get this lifting done. So we're going to get these mounted up tomorrow. We're going to finish plying the rest of that all the way around, so it's all nice and new. Okay, I want to clear something up. So I've had a few people messaging me about, well, not just recently, but for a long time, messaging me asking, "Oh, how do you get these nice commercial jobs? How do you do this? What can I do to get more commercial jobs?" There is no secret recipe. It is simply a case of, quite often, who you know, that will get you into the industry. But also, you've got to impress the right people. I 3 years ago, well, 3.5 years ago, I was not doing this. I was a domestic electrician. I was dabbling in small commercial stuff, and I was subcontracting every now and then. And I went and subcontracted to a large electrical firm, doing a project in Exeter for Network Rail. I only went there for 2 weeks. I was literally there for 2 weeks. It was just a gap fill for me. I had no intentions on staying any longer or doing anything else. I didn't know the company. It was the first time I'd worked for them. And their boss got on really well with me. Liked the way I worked. I work quick. I like to think I work quick anyway. Everyone tells me I work quick. And then from that, so I worked for him for 2 weeks. After that, I didn't see him for several months. And then he called me up and offered me a project that he'd won. So he won a student accommodation. You guys would have seen that on my Instagram and that anyway. So he won that project, and then offered it to me as a labour-only contract, which to me was worth, I think it was £250,000, something like that. So just from making the right impression to the right person, it has kicked off my commercial contracting career, which I hope will continue. It's a stressful game, but it's great. I've had loads of people working for me over the years, even in my short time that I've been doing it. But it's really good. It's great work. You get to do some really interesting things. I'm really sad, and I really enjoy pricing jobs like this as well. Big jobs. 3, 4, £500,000 jobs. I like the challenge. But yeah, there is no secret recipe to winning commercial work, or there are sites out there, I believe, that you can go on, and it shows you all the jobs that go out for tender. So you can go on this website. So I don't know what they're called. I've been told about them. I'm not on them personally. But you can go on there. You can see all the large contracts that are up for tender. and then you can bid for them basically. Um, but I'm quite lucky. A lot of my stuff comes to me. So this project that I'm on at the moment came to me because I knew the builder. I've worked with the builder for several years, mostly in the domestic sector. But this is his client, is an old friend of his, and Jeff was good enough to trust me to come in and do this for him. So that's good. Um, and the Lynmouth project that we've been doing, the 36 apartments down there, that all came off the back of the Exeter University job that I did. So there was a guy on site there who knew the company he used to be employed by were looking for a contractor to take on that site. He put my name forward. It is as simple as that. It's luck. There's a lot of luck in it, and just impressing the right people. So the only thing I can say is work hard, and you got to put yourself out there. That's all you can do. You've got to work. I mean, you guys see me. I'm here every freaking weekend. Saturday, Sundays, evenings. I work all the time, and that's what you'd expect if you want to do commercial work. You've got to graft. So be prepared for that, and good luck to you. Those of you who managed to get into doing it, great, good for you. Just be prepared for a lot of stress. The risk goes up, money. The figures you're talking are huge, and it can be quite daunting at times. But it's good, and once you're in it, you're probably in it for life then, unless you go bankrupt, of course. Okay, it is Sunday. We're back. It's about 11 o'clock now. We've been here for a couple hours. We've been off and had some breakfast as well. But we've got another DB in with Contractor panel. That's all bushed in, all in and fixed. We're going to do the last one now. I'll go through a bit more on that one, how we line it all up, get the bushes in so that it fits in nicely first time. No problem, no mucking around. Okay, so we'll get that one in, and then this afternoon we're going to ply out the rest of the plant room and probably get the perimeter trunking up in here as well. Okay, there we are. It is just come out to 4:45 on Sunday, and we're done for the day. So I've had, yeah, like I said earlier, I've had my old man with me today to see to give me a hand and cut stuff and that. So yeah, obviously, when I finished yesterday, I'd got the panel board mounted and I'd finished the trunking. So today, this morning, we've managed to get the other DBs in place. We've put the perimeter trunking all the way around. So that's a 50mm perimeter trunking just for like here we've got power supplies for the Paxton door controls. On this trunking here is to carry what's it carrying? The alarm cables and also the cables for the actual Paxton controls themselves. So there's two letterboxes here which are covered up now, but I need to cut them out from the other side. All the alarm cabling is going to come down in here to an alarm panel and an expander. And then that's the power supplies there for the Paxton. We've got a power supply that will come down over here, set over the top of the trunking, which is a bit naff, but I don't have much other choice for the alarm panel. Yeah, so we've completely ply lined the whole room as well. That's all done. And so tomorrow I'm going to work over here. I've got a conduit drop to do for an emergency bulkhead. I've got a light switch and a socket here to do just beside the sheet of ply. So this piece of ply here is for Western Power to go on. So we've got a 100 kVA three-phase supply coming in here for the building, which is obviously going to go into my panel board, which then feeds all my sub boards. We've also got two 22 kilowatt EV chargers coming off this sub board. We've got another sub main that goes out to a pump house over here, with then a feed going on again to a very small workshop just sort of behind where that digger is. But yeah, all round, it's been actually a really, really good weekend. I've cut and bent and threaded loads of conduit as well, ready for inside, ready for Monday, because I need to crack on so the dry liners don't get held up. Yeah, so all around a really good weekend. I'm really happy with how it's all coming along, how it looks. And over here, we're looking at, this is the wall now for the solar PV system. So I honestly don't know what they've got going in here. I'd imagine they've got two inverters possibly. They've got about, I think it's 10 kilowatts of battery storage to go in as well. And then this space here, I think is going to be pretty empty. A bit of future space for if they want to add more batteries or whatever if they feel they need to. But yeah, for now, guys, I will catch you later. And I'll see you next weekend. Get another video out. Hopefully, we'll get some conduit bending in. In fact, actually, no, that's not true. Next weekend, we are on a different commercial project over in Lanky. So we've got a full industrial unit to kit out for a baker, and we are going to try and do it between two of us in a weekend. Try and smash the whole thing in. So we'll see how that goes anyway. But yeah, I'll catch you next Sunday. Cheers, guys.